Hello, I am live. Right, so last time I streamed, I spent a good five and a half hours. 5.5 hours, quite a lot. What was I thinking? Creating an Excel case that based on the title fights back. That kind of wasn't really what it did, and I did release it in that form. So maybe I shouldn't have titled it that. I should have titled it where you kind of unlock functions as you go. So I put that demo out, and since then, I think yesterday, I'm losing track of the time because I am doing this stuff in the evenings, and it's a bit crazy. Yesterday I didn't stream, but I did a bit more work on it, and well. I think to be honest, this particular stream probably won't be very interesting. You'll see what it is in a moment. But this first bit where you see what I have been doing might be quite interesting. I will say yesterday I was absolutely tearing my hair out trying to figure something out. I'm pretty glad I didn't stream it. So let's bring up our project for. Just take a moment to load in for the what is called Excel Dynamic Case. I haven't thought of a good name for this yet. Let me know if you think of a good name based on what you see in a moment. It is taking a moment to load, probably unsurprisingly based on the changes I was making yesterday. But the work yesterday kind of commits me to some extent towards doing a lot more work on this, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, maybe I should be more careful with my time sometimes. So what have we got? We've got, here is the Excel, and you'll see you'll see, I think you will only see a couple of changes actually as well. You'll see this folder here, which says Pipeline to Unity, and it has something called Pipeline to Unity in it. And then there's a project here called Excel Unity Pipeline. And that's got not very much in it either. So what could I possibly have been doing with the hair out for hours and hours? Well, what happens when I start this workbook now? Well, firstly, it'll build, which will take a moment. I will get my screen here, Excel screen. But not only get my Excel screen, but I will also get this. This is now part of my Excel workbook. If I kind of use the arrow keys, I can walk around. I mean, it is part of the same project. There is a pipeline communication between this and that, as in between this game and Excel. This is actually, for the most part, this is a demo project for people who are starting out in a game engine called Unity, and you can see it's not perfect. You've got like this stuff clipping, so we'll need to figure that out. But I'm here walking in the overworld, and what I'm thinking is you are a character competing in the Financial Modeling World Cup stuff, the Excel esports stuff, and you start out as this kind of pauper with no functions, and then you kind of talk to people, do battles with them, and the battles will open in the Excel workbook. And as you do those battles, you will unlock more functions for use in that workbook. And then this here, because it's in Unity, it can like store save states and stuff like that. It's like native support for lots of things. So yeah, you can therefore create a game that is basically Pokemon, but with the Excel battles instead of Pokemon battles, and you collect functions as you go. So that is what I don't really want to say I'm committing to it, but that's kind of where I'm going at the moment. Oh, hi, that's not there. To be honest, this stream isn't going to be that interesting, because mostly it's probably just going to be me doing this, right, like making bits of the game. I will do a little bit of setting up the Excel file, but ultimately it probably won't be that interesting. I did just want to stream it anyway, though, so you know, if in the future I finish this and people like it, they can go back and see how it was made. So maybe I should have titled this like "This will not be interesting to watch." That yesterday I've established two-way communication between this, which is basically a video game, and Microsoft Excel in this dynamic case thing. So I'm going to get rid of this choose a starter thing, and that will be in the game. But once you actually get to the battle levels, these will still be in Excel, and I'll have to go to the workings tab, and my function uses will be blocked. Except I think I must have picked index, so my general function uses will be blocked. And then I will unlock functions to use as I go within the video game bit by doing the Excel battles. So there we go. That's what we're going for. Right. So as I say, this is going to be quite boring. I'm basically going to be doing lots and lots of like this sort of boring development. But hey, I hope something good comes out of this, and then people can go back and watch it if they want. Right. So what am I going to start with? So I don't. Okay. So I don't think that I need the battle rival offer anymore. I don't think I need choose a starter. Oh, I can't actually delete this. I think what I've got to do is open this workbook up in Visual Studio, which already is just a bit crazy. There we go. So here's my working sheet, which has a 7 on it for some reason. And then I can go and kind of delete the ones that I don't need. So I don't need this one anymore. You see, this is probably not the best maintained like interface. I don't know anybody who's actually making these except me. So it's just a bit unsurprising, really. Okay, I think we want to keep level 2 battle, and we want to keep workings, and we want to keep information though. And then we'll probably want another one, which is basically going to be the state where like the game is the active piece, right? So it will be, here are the controls. The action is happening in Unity right now. So let's do that. So I'm going to rename this to Unity is active worksheet. I really hate that I can't use my keyboard shortcuts here. So Excel input is blocked. Access through Unity. And then I'll have some controls here. And I think at the moment, the controls are basically move, arrow keys, and we've got spacebar. I don't know what the official term for the spacebar is. Interact. I think, as far as I can tell, these are like the main 2 things. And then what I'm going to want to do is like rebuild this project, and there'll be tons of errors because anywhere where I've referenced the deleted sheets will kind of not be working anymore. That's fine. I'll actually get rid of this breakpoint. So globals does not have a. So I think what I need to do is, well, firstly, I don't need this message box anymore. level management isn't actually going to send me to the next level anymore, but it will send me to Unity. So if I go public static, void return to Unity, and it's going to take in the battle result. This is like whether I succeeded and unlocked a function or not, basically. This answer thing is going to, I think either way we're returning to Unity, but we're returning a different battle result, right? So if the answer is correct, then battle result win result equals new. And then what does this actually have on it? It's got an ID, so battle result ID is going to be good.newGUID. And this isn't actually used for anything except for for debugging, right? So I can tell that the right thing is being passed. And then it's got an is success. So in this case, people got the correct answer, so that was indeed a success. We're actually not going to store the formulas here anymore. We're going to store the formulas in the game engine in Unity. So I'm actually just going to get rid of this, and this is why it's going to be quite boring, because a lot of the actual day-to-day of coding is literally just tidying up stuff like this. The fun stuff will kind of only come in occasionally, unfortunately. I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, I don't think we want to randomize the rival, because I'd have to make sprites for all the different rivals, which I really don't want to do. And we don't need this anymore either. Cool. So update level info, that's interesting. Do I want to do that? I think I do. So I don't want to display these anymore, so I'll get rid of those. So yeah, we don't need to store that here anymore. And then it will be level management dot return to Unity of the win result in this case. And then this here is basically the surrender option. So again, we don't need to show a message here because it'll be clear in Unity. And what we do is we create a loss result, battle result, loss result. And this is false, and then we return the loss result. Cool. So what is this? You lose. The time did elapse. Okay. So I don't actually know that the timer is working based on the feedback I've had, but we'll see. This for now is just going to become a return to Unity lose result. So we're going to have battle result and lose result, new battle result, and the ID is going to be a new, and the success is going to be false. Right, so when we initialize the levels, we're actually going to start on the Unity is active page. So that's basically what we're going to do instead. And actually, it doesn't need to have a run setup method because we're not probably going to make any changes to it. I'll just think about this logic as well. So given the workbook is a new one, it's not going to have that name, it's not going to have that name or that name, and we don't need this one anymore. But it will have this name, so it's going to be very hidden and protected. And actually, we don't want that. We do want it to do something else instead. What we want it to do is we want it to be visible, but still protected. So I think we do that. Oh, actually, that was already here. Never mind. Let's just get rid of that. And actually, let's put this here as well. So that's our kind of setup. And then this workbook startup is going to, it's actually not going to update the level info anymore. It doesn't need to. Cool. Storage does not contain allowed formulae. Actually, I do want it to contain something called allowed formulae, because when the batter request comes in, we do have to pass that to Excel so it knows which functions to block and which not to. So that's going to be just like a get and set on a list of strings. These strings are going to be like max, min, sum index, right? That sort of thing. Cool. So now we just need to do this return to Unity method, and we're kind of done on this side. So at the moment, how this is working is we are, well, basically what happens is Excel starts up, it then starts the process of the Unity project, and I will need to change this to be like the publish folder and like a relative path and stuff to make sure it gets the right file. Then it starts that process, and then we basically say we're waiting for Unity to respond before we carry on with stuff. So I think what we're going to do is basically copy this and just like pretend we've had a one battle result at the beginning, which makes sense. And this will just like check that they're connected. Oh, actually, because this is an async method, I do need to do something slightly different. Do I want to do it like that? So what I need to do slightly differently is basically a task.run like this, except I don't want to do that because I do want to actually wait on the thread. So it would be waiting for this, right? And then instead of a new batter result, we actually do have a batter result to send here, which will be the batter result of our Excel battle. But I think basically on the Unity side, it's not going to respond immediately. It's going to respond, when we engage with one of the NPC characters and we say, yes, we want to battle you, or something like that. So I do actually want this to block the main thread on Excel, so you can't do Excel stuff while it's going. But I think I'll worry about that later. Like, there's a lot of tidying up stuff I have to do in Excel. So you know what? Let's just try running it. So I'm going to run this project. Excel now says Excel input is blocked, access through Unity, and I probably should like explain this better. I do think I want to hide these two tabs while it's just started up, so I'll change that. So where's that? So the information tab is also going to be I think basically it's just hide both of these. And then we'll have different logic for when the battle starts up that will unprotect these, basically. Cool. So I think to make this block the main thread, I need to do like .run synchronously, possibly. .result.run synchronously like that, maybe. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. There's going to be a lot of windows running about here, but what I've basically done is added run synchronously here. God, I'm dumb. Sorry, I'm just getting pop-ups there. So what I've done is I've hidden the bits that make the information workings tab not be set to visible like this. And I've clearly changed a lot of other stuff while I was not sharing it. And so I removed some of the code here more. And then, of course, I think you saw this bit. I've kind of added some new worksheets here. I have to say this, and access through the overworld, maybe I should say. And then hopefully, when we've sorted out this Unity thing, it will be obvious that I'll put some sort of branding on here that will associate it with the random window that's popped up that the game is happening in. Cool, so let's give that one more try. Start this up. Cool, so that has opened Excel. Excel looks like this. So Unity is active. Excel input blocked, access through the overworld. The Excel input is clearly not blocked. So I'll fix that as well, because I think because I didn't set run synchronously in 2 places because I got distracted by how I didn't show you guys what was going on properly. It reminds me I should show you what's going on. So this is basically going to be .run synchronously, I think, as well. And then we'll see whether Excel has any issues with that, which it might do, because it is in the startup object. May not be called on a task not bound to a delegate. I don't know what that means, but hey. Okay, so I'll just revert back, and you'll be able to interact with Excel a little bit for now, and then we'll figure that out later. That's fine. So start that up. Here's my Excel case. Excel input is blocked. No, it isn't. And then the overworld has also hopefully is opened 3 times because I've forgotten to close it. I haven't made it close properly. When this closes yet. Oops. Okay, so indeed Unity is now starting up. Here it is. So I don't think these are clickable, which just kind of sucks for the template, but hey. Nice. So there's kind of 2 choices of what way to go now. They are A, to figure out this thing to block the input when Excel starts up. Or B is to start making the Excel world. And ultimately kind of get to the point of the first battle when we can then send the battle message across and we can do the battle and unlock the function in the main game. I think I do probably actually want to work out how to block the Excel input, to be honest, on the Visual Studio side. Let me just, well, first thing I'm going to do actually is just going to go to Git here, which is my version control system that I'm using, and just commit all these files. So say remove unused files now that Unity is hooked up. Lots of chat going on in the WhatsApp groups at the moment. Cool, so I'm just going to go here. And I think why this doesn't let me do run synchronously is basically because this is an event, I think. So we'll have to figure out how to block the main Excel input a different way. Let's just see if the robot has some low-hanging fruit that I trust to do that, because that would make this go very smoothly. In my C# Excel Visto project, sorry, I'm not going to show you the chat screen just because there's a load of chat history there that you might not want to see. So in my C# Excel Visto project, I'm using this code to block Excel until something is received through a pipeline from Unity. However, I think the run synchronously does not work properly, as this is an event. However, I do wish to block Excel input. How can I do this? So that'll take a minute and see if you can give me a nice, easy kind of route to fix that. It's suggesting application.interactive equals false, which, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Application.is active, interactive equals false. So I'm not sure if I've seen this Excel thing before. And it block all input from the keyboard and mouse. You probably can't see this like tooltip, but it basically says, true if Excel is in interactive mode, this property is usually true. If you set this property to false, Microsoft Excel will block all input from the keyboard and mouse, except input to dialog boxes that are displayed by your code. Blocking user input will prevent the user from interfering with the code as it moves or activates Microsoft Excel objects. So that kind of sounds right. And then, oh yeah, because I don't want to muck up people's Excel apps, I will make sure to set finally equals true just as a like a, you know, I prefer to have it than not have it. This workbook.interactive. Sorry. Yeah, I should probably workbook.interactive. I don't know. Application. I don't really want to affect the whole application, to be honest. Is there a way I can block interactivity only with the workbook? So this is why, even with the best models, you don't copy and paste in like model generated code, because if I had, you know, all of everybody else's other workbooks, which, okay, they're not likely to actually be doing work while playing this game, I would hope. That all of their other workbooks would become like non-responsive, and you could potentially like get saved in that state. And I don't know how you'd get out of it. It would be through some like really weird menu option. It's looking at disabling the workbook window, which I don't really think is right. I mean, it is protected. All you can do, I think, is just like click around. I mean, let's test that theory. So get rid of this run synchronously thing. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Why is this not liking it? No, it's underlined this because I've made similar changes to other places, specifically adding run synchronously, which I literally just removed. So that's kind of not. So I'm running that. Excel is open. Excel input is blocked. Access through the overworld. If I try to add a sheet, there are breakpoints here. So I'll just get through those breakpoints. But basically, if I try to add a sheet, it deletes the new sheet. If I try to add a name, can I add a name from here? Name manager. I can't add a name, which I don't think I did anything that would do that. I guess you can't add names while you're on protected sheets. That's interesting. And I can't insert a function. Can't insert Python. Oh, you can't see these pop-ups. But you can see these pop-ups, but you can't see you can't do that pop-ups. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty locked down actually. Cool. So then the game is active. I probably do want to activate the Unity handle now that I think about it as well. So that just means like bringing this window to the front, if that makes sense. So I will see if I can do that quickly. Right, so where are we starting Unity? We're starting here. And then this is a process object. Does it have an activate property? I don't see one, so again I will just try to take the easy win from the robot if I can. How can I activate the main window of this process? I am starting. Yeah, this full screen thing is why it's not appearing with a menu. I probably like a minimize whatever menu. I probably do want one of those actually. Okay, so it has actually given me something I can use here, so that's good. I will just create a new folder here, which is going to be called utility. And then in there's going to be something called window helpers. And this is quite familiar. Oh no, I've added it not as a class, but as a user control or a Windows form for some reason. I guess this is just what like Excel VStore workbooks default to, because you're most likely to just want to make basic forms if you're doing this sort of thing. But not me, not today. I'm doing something like a lot more. I try not to use the word like bat crazy, should we say? But that's kind of what this is. So this is basically like using really old, I think it's fair to say really old commands that are like baked into Windows. So I think this would only work on Windows as far as I know. And this will basically wait for Unity to be ready to receive some input, and then wait until the main window appears. It will like unblock the parent thread if Unity never loads for whatever reason, so you will be able to like close Excel. And then we use these like old methods to show the window, and then set the foreground window to that. I'm not sure if that bit's right. It's hard to say, but we'll see. And then I just got to make sure that I am actually using that here. So this would be window helpers dot activate window of Unity. Something wrong with my camera? It's flashing green. I'm just gonna plug that in. Let me know if that is fixed. It is a USB camera, and I'm not sure the USB ports are like perfect on this PC, so it's probably to do with that. Better, excellent. I actually can't see it flashing green for me, so I'm not sure it is the USB. I'd assume I'd see it as well, but I don't know. Cool. So let's give that a go, and you probably won't be able to see this. Okay, excellent. So I think until we are basically ready to post the image back down to it. So that's pretty cool. And I'll stop this running now, and I will show you Unity. Actually, before I show you Unity, let me again just save all my changes, because you never take for granted in software that something is working. You just have to save like every 5 seconds. Activate. So the commit message is going to be activate main Unity window when Excel starts up. and we did something else as well, which was, did we do anything else? We didn't do anything else that we kept, so that's it for now. The nice thing about the publishing process is that, like, as I update this, people can still run and like use the old version for now. I don't have to deal with any of this Unity stuff. Because you know, I haven't published it, right? I have committed it, and it is up there in the repository. People can go look at it. But when it comes to actually run the app, they only see the publishing version or the published version. Cool. So I'll close Visual Studio now, and I will open up something that most Excel people, in fact, most people in general probably have never seen before, which is Unity. So I'm navigating into further down into my folder, and I've forgotten where it is. Okay, I'm just going to open a project called Unity Hub, which I'll show you when it materializes, which is not yet. Okay, there we go. So this here is Unity Hub. This is like an old project I worked on a few years ago. These are basically versions of, I think they're versions, well, they're definitely versions of the Unity editor in there, but they're also versions of the game engine of Unity itself, I think. So my project in particular is built on this 2021.3.11 F1 version. And this learn thing is where I got the RPG template, which it looks like there's a more modern one that I probably should have used, but hey ho. And yeah, I'm not going to show you ads. So I can open up this Unity project here. I mean, it starts this like ridiculously long process of starting up, which apparently, oh, there it is, which I can do the progress bar of. But you see, it's really been going for like 13, 14 seconds. And the reason it takes so long is because it's you know, ingesting the entire Unity game engine, right? It's a bit like a game starting up almost, but worse than that because it's starting up in debug mode. So, you know, rather than like the kind of compressed version where everything's already optimized, it's also loading in all of the debug related stuff. Like being able to, you know, play it in the development mode, for example. And I think basically what I'm going to do now for the rest of this session, almost, like until we get to the first battle at least, which might take some time, is basically like world design for a video game, which, I mean, doesn't happen very often in Excel, I suppose, but hopefully the Excel community, but we'll see. And actually, all I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to like follow the learning resource for this, because I have not used Unity in some time and I've totally forgotten how to do it. So I will read the manual. Cool, so start course, right, overview, whatever. No, I'm not entirely new to Unity. Sorry, I just need to click through these like early ones. So blah, 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 blah. Yeah, open the project, set your display. So you see here there's a message that says rendering at like the wrong resolution. So I do actually want to do this one. So it says click game, no, click display, no? Oh, here we go. 1920 by 1080. Okay, so that's more of like the size that it's going to load at. And then it wants me to save, so I've saved that. Okay, so then it says try playing the game. I've already done that. Do I need to show you that? Well, I can show you that. So here's the like actual scene. So this is where you can edit stuff and add objects and things like that. And then this is the game. So very easily from here, I can like hit play, and a progress bar has come up that you won't be able to see, but because we kind of did most of the loading already, it's actually quite quick. And then I can play the, and I believe I can like, add stuff in the scene like while that's going, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Have I like moved? Yeah, I have. So I started somewhere in this kind of circle, and I've moved over here, for example. There is only one thing which I've added to this on top of. So on this don't destroy on load object, I added the pipe bootstrapper. And this is basically the thing that sets up the pipeline to talk to Excel. So you see it says waiting for Excel on pipe, battle pipe. This is the name of the pipe that facilitates the communication between the two things. And because I'm playing the game and haven't loaded Excel, it's going to be waiting on that kind of for a long time, at least until Excel load does open. So that's pretty much the Unity editor. Right, so let's follow some of this walkthrough and do some game design. So the first thing it wants me to do is to make a copy of the template scene. So I'm going to go to here. So this is like basically the folder structure of Unity, and this Creator Kit RPG is the name of this like tutorial thing that I'm using. So I want to go to this thing called scenes in here. So at the moment we're in the sample scene, which is this one where the game actually is. But if I go to blank scene, then apparently it basically just has the protagonist and some grass. And then it says to go edit and duplicate. And then what? So apparently this was meant to be duplicated. That clearly didn't happen. let's try that again. Edit, duplicate. Okay, there we go. So we've got blank scene, sample scene, and blank scene 1. So this blank scene 1 is the new one. So I'm going to rename this to, I'm not going to use the word Pallet Town because I want to avoid any copyright strikes. But I will call it, should we call it Excelopolis? I don't know if the audience will be familiar with this, but Excelopolis was the name of the big city map. That was kind of one of the first like giant maps that the esports people had. So it says, before you begin creating your game world, let's explore the scene template. So this is the scene template here. So it includes like sets of animated trees, leaves, NPCs. These are like the players. It's got tile maps and animated clouds. That sounds pretty cool. And then I think whether it's like blue or not blue, I think that means whether it's something called a prefab or not. And the prefab will have you'll be able to like override properties of the prefab in a way that you don't override. I don't know. We'll find out as we go. Cool. Yeah, so it says prefab game objects work like templates that you can duplicate to use in other scenes. So I guess that's where it's coming from. Cool. So then this says the first thing to do. Well, it says we're on step like 13 now. So I don't know why it's saying this is the first thing to do, but the first thing to do is to use the tile palette. This is a window with image tiles. So I think this is basically to fill in whether stuff is grass or water or path or that sort of thing. So let's go window, 2D, tile palette. And hopefully you'll be able to. No, you cannot see the tile palette window. That's really annoying. Let me share the tile palette window. I'm not sure how I want to do the balance of like watchable versus completely unwatchable here, but okay, I can't see any way that I can show you the. Can I see any way? Okay, there you go. So I can actually drag the outer window into being like a new tab here, which is something you can do in Visual Studio, which is why I knew how to do that. So these are the different tiles that I can use. And then on this toolbar, I can select tiles to paint like this. So oh yeah, I have to be in the scene view, I believe. So I can paint, so I can select, and can I control select? I'm not sure. Oh, I can hold down and drag. So if I want these ones to be like a path, you can tell I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's try the paintbrush tool. How do I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm sorry. Fill box tool, let's try that one. Oh, okay. Okay, so I see this one is doing something. So I've selected this tile here, which is left, on the left it's green, on the right it's path. And then I can like apply that here, excellent. Okay, so what it says is this is the select tool, this is the move tool, so this is for dragging tiles around somehow. I don't know. This tool paints the selected tiles into the scene view. So I guess if I select this, then I can now paint that tile into the scene view. We've done the fill tool. The picker tool, I guess, is for picking ones from here. Yep, so you can pick ones in the scene using the picker tool. The erase tool, well, it sets it back to green, so I guess there must be something here saying the default tile is green, and this kind of sets it back to that. And the fill tool is for large sections of the world. So that does indeed seem like a large section of the world. And it seems to be centered on, like, to have some minimum size, which I don't really understand, but okay. And then it gives me some shortcuts. I'm not going to learn these shortcuts yet. Cool. Okay, so let's start with the background layer. Oh, okay. Well, I've selected the main camera here, so I think what I've been doing is like painting on top of everything else, which probably isn't the best idea. So let's instead do as it says and click on the background game object. Make sure that the active tile map, which I guess is here, is set to background. Why has this got a warning on it? It doesn't say. Editing tile maps in prefabs will have better performance if edited in prefab mode. Oh, that's also the next step that it's telling me. It says not to edit it in prefab mode anyway in the tutorial. We're now ready to paint in the background. Select tiles in the tile palette and click tiles in the scene view to paint them. So you're going to see some painting skills. Right, so what do I want this to look like? Well, I think what I'm going to do is have like a couple. Whoa! Is to have a couple of houses. Something that is akin to the Pokemon lab as well, and then to like block off the rest of the world. So, how are we going to do that? Let's. Well, there's some fences here actually already, so that's nice. Let us do like a path to a house, and then another path to a house. Probably slightly irregular. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh dear. Should we go like that? Like that, maybe? Like that, and then that can be the way out of Pallet Town. Okay, so my one house can be here, one house can be here, and then the Pokemon Lab. That's not what I want to do. How can I? Is this one? Okay, yeah. And then the Pokemon. Ooh, whoa! I can go off the edge of the map. Of course I can. Oh my god. Is this a fence? No. Is this a fence? No. Okay, I don't know how to add fences yet, so I'm not going to stop this being a rectangle, even though it looks a bit ugly. I will move this path up a bit so there's room for the Pokemon Lab as well. Not that you know what I mean. Actually, probably like that, and like that, and then Pokemon Lab can actually possibly like that. Excel case design gets crazier every day. Like that. Okay, let's roll with that for now. Cool. So it does say save it, which is probably a good idea. So I've saved that. Add a house to your world. You can also add houses to your world to give its inhabitants places to live. This starts in the background tile map. To add a house in the hierarchy, check that the background tile map is still selected. It is. In the tile palette window, check the active tile map drop-down menu still. Yeah, that is set to background still, so this is set to background. Take a look at these tiles which are available to make my house. I have no idea how I'm going to transform those into a house, but hopefully it will tell me. Here is a quick reference guide. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's try to make a house. Alright, this is apparently the floor. Oh my god. Can I like draw tiles on top of other tiles? I have no idea. Oh, okay, there is a nice reference image if I scroll down a bit more. So that's good. So those two are going to be the left, these two are going to be the right. We're going to fill this in like that. We're going to have a door here. Is that this one? This one? And this one? And then this here? This here? No, not actually, no, not that one. Window. This one is a window, I think. More floor in the middle. And then this on the right. And one more floor here. So should we see if we can, how that looks? God, he walks so slowly. I should just speed him up. Make him go twice as fast. Okay, no, I forgot the rest of the front wall. I probably could have told that without playing the game. Okay, it's missing a roof and a door. Okay, so in the hierarchy, right-click the world game object and select Create Empty. This creates a new child game object. Objects, it says to call it, that's not advice I would give personally, but we'll see. In the project window, which is this one, go to Assets, create a kit, prefabs. Okay, so these are like the ready-made objects. I see there is a house roof on there. So with that selected, go here and press F. Okay. What? Sorry, I missed a step, which is drag the house roof prefab to the objects game object. So that's this one. Okay, there we go. So that's my roof. It's now here. And then if I press F, it focuses on the roof. If you need to move the roof, you can do this with the move tool, which is not right there. In the toolbar. What toolbar? Wait, this toolbar. Oh, I recognize this vaguely. I think I've seen it before somewhere. How do I move about? This one? Yeah. Okay. So there's my roof. So it is aligned with that corner there. I just need to resize the roof. So that is going to be this one. Ooh, that's cool, isn't it? Look at that. It's got like some logic on it. So there's my roof of my house. Oh. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I thought it told me to do like this, but actually that was just the start frame of a video. Okay, so save my changes to the scene. Give the roof a fade effect because we can't see inside it. So in the hierarchy, select the house roof game object. So that's this one. So that's already selected. In the inspector, which is this thing, find the house roof game object sprite renderer component. Is this one. Set the order in layer parameter to 1000. So I think that means it's going to be top of the layer. That will always be on top. So the player probably has an order in layer of like 500 or something, and this would be on top. Okay, now let's make the roof fade so the players can see into houses when their character enters. First, you need to make sure that the fade effect is only triggered when the player enters the space covered by the roof. So start with add component to inspector and add box collider 2D. So I think this is for whether this basically intersects with the character. A bit more complicated, clearly. Is trigger. Click add component again and look for a fading sprite script and add it to the house roof, which is done. Is that literally it? How does the box collider know to trigger the fading sprite? What? Well, I mean, let's try it. I guess maybe it's just always looking for collider. Look at that. It's not perfect, is it? I can't leave through this back door here. So the next step is... Okay, so the next step is actually making it like you not have to go that far in. So it says edit collider. That's what we want to click. And then, oh, that's the collider. I like to be fair, we did just add it, so it can't have automatically worked that stuff out. So should we go with this? Try that out. Okay, so yeah, this house roof is now fading. Excellent. Oh, it's nice to be making Excel cases, isn't it? Now your house is ready for a door. Doors work in a similar way to roofs. Because they're a little more complicated, we've created a prefab for you to use. So add a door to your house, go over here and find the door, presumably. Don't see it. House open door. This is apparently it. Drag it to the objects window in the game hierarchy. Now move it over. Is that too big? It's a bit hard to tell, to be honest. It's quite big. Maybe not. Maybe it was the right size before. Can I control Z? Yeah, there we go. Okay, some save changes. Is that a door? It looks the background of the door. Oh, it is an open door. Oh, that's why it looks open. Add a chimney to your house as well. So I'm going to find this chimney. Add it like, add it here, right? And it said to press F to find it. Did it? I've forgotten what button to press to find it, but presumably there. Stick that chimney there. It was F indeed. I don't need to resize it to look good. It kind of already looks good to me. Should we give this house a bit of character? Should we add a second chimney? Oh, outrageous. House chimney. How do I rename this? There it is. House chimney 2. House chimney 1. So where is house chimney 2? There it is. Go here. Can I rotate? No, that's movement only. Can I scale it by -1? Yep. And then move it to align with that one. Slightly devilish house, but I'm sure the protagonist is slightly devilish underneath anyway, so I'm sure that's okay. And this is automatically set to 1001, so that's nice of them to do that, but we would have to remember to do that ourselves in the future. Oh, and it wants you to add fade effects to this as well. So what was that? That was the Box Collider 2D and the fading sprite. So fading, no, actually it said Box Collider 2D first. Let's do that, and then fading sprite. That is a pretty good tip box, I think. Box Collider 2D. And then a fading sprite. Cool, let's give that a go. I have no idea how I'm going to make animations for the main character, but I should reduce the order and layer of that. What is the order of layer of the main character? Does it say anywhere? Don't see it. It's got a Z position of -3. Oh, order and layer 0. Okay. So I think we want to set the order and layer of this house thing to slightly lower. chimney fade? Chimney does not appear to be fading. Must have missed something. Right, house open door. It's going to have an ordering layer of -1, probably. The house roof fading effect. It's fading something like that. The box collider looks like that. It's ordering layer 1000. Actually, we should change the collider here to just be the entire house, probably. Now that I think about it. Oh, whoa! No, I don't want to scale it. I want to scale this box collider. Cool. Oh yeah, I didn't take is trigger. That's what I didn't do. So let's do the same for the other one. Collider. And is trigger. Let's give that a go. Walking along Christmas tree on a hanging. Look at that. Heck yeah. Okay, so we now can go inside people's houses. Excellent. Probably should replace this with a window and you can't walk through it. That one. I can't see because the roof is in the way. I can't see. I think I can like untick stuff in the inspector to hide it, which I probably should have done a bit, but hey, I've started moving. Yeah, okay, that is indeed a window, but it is the wrong type of window. What we want is this one, and then let's try hiding the roof. Yeah, okay, nice. Heck yeah. Okay, continue to next. Add fences to your world. Okay, let's learn how to make some fences, and then we can make like a better shape for this town. Okay, so world, tile maps, fences. Active tile map, fences. And then it wants me to do it in scene mode, doesn't it? Yeah. I will just save again as well. The tile palette window, which is this one, select fences, scene mode, fences. I guess this must be a fence. Yep. Fences will try to snap to other types of fence. Okay. Let's like cut off a bit here. Let's cut off a bit here. And cut off a bit here. The house fit there? I don't know. And then I will actually get rid of these ones. Get rid of these ones. Get rid of these ones. Get rid of this one. Oh, I guess that is part of it. But I will. No, I won't. I will actually go and just add a bit more grass out here, and possibly some of the like dark green grass as well. It's fun, isn't it? Microsoft Paint. Whee. I think this might be like off the edge of the camera I'm working on now. That's okay though. Do I have something that can join these up? Not really. This one maybe? Sort of. Okay. Let's go for that one. And then that. And then that. Some stuff here. I'm not sure how much is going to be on camera, but some of it might be. And then let's put some water here. Cool. So I do actually think this game will be sophisticated enough to have to use a second tile set, probably at least. But this one is absolutely fine for the starting town. And then let's have some of this grass over here. Oh, I'm sure it's very exciting viewing. Why is that? What? What? Do I? No, I don't know. Let's just paint over that and pretend we didn't see it. Is it like because there's some difference between the ones that I added originally and oh, it must be this. This will never be seen because it's off the end of the world. Okay, interesting. Cool. While I'm thinking about it, I will actually just try to make this guy go faster somehow. Let's see. Yeah, okay, speed 30, acceleration 0.2, let's say. Probably what, like once per frame, possibly. Yeah, okay, he's a lot faster now, excellent. See this water. Can see actually off the edge of the map. Okay, well, good to know. Whee. Okay, it's going to be a great game. Oh, right. Okay, let me go back to... Oh no, hang on. So add fences was step 1. Add footpaths is step 2. To add a footpath, go to Hierarchy World, Tile Maps, Midground. Okay. Active tile map field to midground, indeed. Select the green footpath tile, which looks like it's this one. Which doesn't really look like a footpath to me, but let's... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh. So what is the point of my yellow one? No, that's what I've used as a footpath. Follow the mint green road, eh? No, okay. I'm just going to use this decoratively, like over here maybe. Because it doesn't seem to go over there. I don't freaking know. I will work that out at some point. We don't want to have a path around the back of the Pokélab, really. Okay, I'll just skip this one for now. And add a rock cliff. So select the rock cliff tiles. So there's going to be a house here. Where can I put this safely? And put it probably here. And then it says, in the hierarchy, select the background game object, which is this one. And then set the active timeout field to background, yeah. And paint the background behind your clips. I don't know. It was already painted in. I mean, let's just try walking around here and see if the cliff like blocks movement. It should do. It does indeed. So just the fence. Nice. Add animated plants. That sounds cool, doesn't it? This creator kit includes a special right-click menu to add key elements of the game. Looks by adding an instance of a prefab, which you can adjust for your game. The first thing you'll need is an animated tree. So right-click the location where you want your tree. I want my tree to be down here. Environment, add animated tree 1 here. Okay. I want to move it, I click move and move it out. Okay. And let's see whether it is indeed animated. Yeah, although the animation is not that good, to be honest. Sorry whoever made this. But it does disappear if I go behind it. It's nice. It says experiment a bit with different types of trees. I'm going to do that. Whoa, okay, I've got giant red messages just popped up and Unity has crashed. Apparently, don't use copy paste because it will crash Unity. It's exciting, isn't it? Okay, we're back in business. How much progress have we lost? What was it? This one. Okay, we've lost the cliff thing. that's okay. I wasn't really that attached to that cliff. We've lost my green tiling in the fence editing I did. Okay, let's just leave town like that, so I can worry about the fencing another time. We will add animated trees again, though. And this time we will only use the approved means to do it. And I will make the character go faster again. Can't believe it lost all of that progress. Or are we in? Maybe we're not in that scene. Are we in Exopolis? Ah. Okay, we've been editing blank scene this whole time. Blank scene backup. We'll call that. Go here and we'll rename this one to Exopolis. Okay, and now we're in Exopolis. Cool. I'm just going to add a couple more trees. To tree 2. And let's try animated tree 3 as well. And we will save often. I will actually make the fence changes as well. So what was it? It was wild tile maps with ground, or no, it's fences. And then we want the tile kit to a tile map thing to appear somewhere. I don't know where the tile stuff is. Tile map? Tile map? Okay, I am going to just scroll up and see where the tile map option was. In the hierarchy, go wild tile map fences in the tile palette window, which didn't say. Tile palette window, where are you? Window 2D AI navigation only. Tile palette. Okay, I've got my tile palette back, and you can now see it. So I added some animated plants. I'm going to add some static decorations. Select this object's name object. You know, I was going to use some fences, wasn't I? Okay, that looks good. I think we got rid of some of these as well last time. That's good. Okay, so we've selected the object here. We're going to go right click, decorations, just go back to project here, right click decorations, add bush 0 here. Add another bush 0 here. Add another bush 0 here. Add a fourth bush 0 here. And then we'll add some, try some bush 1. Is that any different to bush 0? Only a little bit. Bush 1. Let's go for bush 2 as well. Bush 2. Bush 2. And let's go for bush 3 here. Cool, so save, definitely save this. Next, add animated clouds, interesting. So we're going assets, Create a Kit RPG, sprites, which doesn't exist. Oh no, it's in art sprites. Environment. Okay. Select one of the cloud designs. Open the world object and find its child animated clouds. Just here. Drag your chosen cloud sprite. So I'm going to choose cloud 3 for this one. Drag it onto here. So the ordering layer to 2000. Okay, so that's the highest one yet. Select the move tool, like drag the cloud until it's in the correct location. What is the correct location? Let's put them there for now, yes. Save changes. It says try adding rocks and flowers and stuff. I mean, I don't. Well, like the menu only gives you the option to select different types of plants. You can duplicate these game objects and change their sprites. Okay, where's this bush, for example, is down here in tile maps. It probably shouldn't be in tile maps. It should probably be in objects. I'll just move that over there. Cool, so I'm just going to add one more bush, add one here. Then I'll just change the sprite to be a chicken. Okay, excellent. So we can actually change this to be different sprites. Although it just has like every single sprite, including the bits of the grass and stuff like that. Different types of water. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably easier to figure them out from here. Items. Okay, so I could change it into a crate, for example. So if I now click on the chicken, the bush 0, and change this to be whatever I just said, which was a crate, I think. And I can actually change that to be a crate. Excellent. For a bigger crate than that. Cool. Should just rename this to be oh, okay, they're still not part of objects, that's why. They're not animated clouds either. Okay, this is bush 0, and actually this is crate 0. Crate 0. Okay. And there's stuff like rocks and things I can make. I'm not going to make any more of those now. Because I haven't learned how to do it, I think. We'll get rid of this bush. We'll make it, just move it. Okay. Continue to next. Populate your world. Okay, we're starting to get towards the go back to Excel bit. I'm just going to read through the rest of this. So I think there's no more making of houses or anything. So I am just going to basically copy the house. So I actually am not going to follow the tutorial. I'm just going to say create empty, and it's this going to be called house, and it's going to own these ones. And then I'm just going to copy the entire house object and create, and this time I'm going to name it rival house. And I will move the rival house. Okay, let's have a look at, is it background that I added those tiles to? So I'm going to have to copy the tiles over. Let's just hide house and rival house. And then let's color in this, paint it. Yeah, okay, we're getting the hang of it, aren't we? And then I'm going to bring my house back in, and I'm going to bring my rival house back in. And I will move the rival house to line up. Okay, that looks right. And then I will make the lab as well. This will be slightly more complicated. So I will move the roof on that again. Tile palette, select this, and this is just going to give me like a baseline at least. But we are actually going to use different tiles for this one because it is going to be the lab. So where are my other tiles? No. Let's go for, is this flooring? Can I use that for flooring? I can, but it's not got like a left or right side. I'm going to have to use the same floor. Let's go for like white though. That's white as a lab colour, isn't it? And then we'll use this other background here. Oh no. Okay, let's just use the white for all of it. Then. Okay. And then let's do one more of these, copy and paste. This time it's going to be the lab. Excellent. Okay, let's watch this because I think we actually forgot to check whether the animated clouds are actually animated. So let's go see. Indeed, the animated cloud is animated. It doesn't really look like a cloud because it is black. Clouds are, well, only in the UK are known for being black. I think to make this stand out a bit more as a lab, I could make it bigger potentially as well. So that would involve what? Background tile maps, hiding the lab roof for now, and then using how much bigger do I want to make it? Yeah, we can go all the way over here. And on the left, all the way over here. Dum, 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 dum. That one goes there. Bum, 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 bum. Cool. And bring this roof back in. Change the size of this roof. Move the box collider as well. That door is fine, I think. Chimney needs bigger hitbox. And let's only have one chimney on the lab. Nope. Move that there, and then box collider to cover the lab shape. Okay, so we have our two houses and the lab, and I forgot how to move. There we go. Let's go back to the tile map and just, now that we have the houses, let's just go like this a bit. Maybe this one could cross. Let's just do this as well. Never walk on the grass. How long have I been here? 1 hour 40. It's almost 9 PM. Do you think we'll be able to do our first battle today, possibly? It's not implausible. I will actually just doubly save all my work right now. So save that. Excel dynamic case. Commit. Add new Unity scenes. Actually, I can restore the original blank scene here because version control is cool. but I'm not going to because I'm evil. Actually, it's because I flicked the wrong checkboxes, but okay. And back up. I don't think we'll actually ever use the blank scene again, to be honest. I think we'll just copy this scene and edit it from there. Just because it, like, at least it has everything in it. Okay, populate the world. Add an NPC to your game. So this is going to be the. I'm just going to hide the rival house, like roof and stuff. Because wait, that's where I'm going to put them. In the scene view, which is here, right click. How do I like? I don't want to. Okay. Right click where you want to add an NPC. Gameplay prefabs. Add NPC here. Okay, so this is our NPC that we've just added. Looks like cool guy. If you need to adjust the NPC's position, do this one. No, not that one. This one. Okay, yeah. And it tells me to go and mute the NPC, so I'll go do that. Hello. My God. Should I think I should probably, like, push him down in the layer. Right? Does I make whole NPC collection be how, like, a Z of 1? Would that do it? Yeah, okay, so that's no longer, like, constantly clipping. That's good. So that's probably what's going on in their default one from the beginning. Variable camera of sprite. What? Sprite, you need to assign the camera variable of this. Okay, I don't know when this started happening. I think it's from adding this NPC. Let's just carry on with the tutorial. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this back to 0. And then change it here instead to be or where would it be? Here. To be 1 minus 1. Let's see if that does it. Yep, so that also does it. Oh, and I'm getting the exceptions when I, like, walk into him. Okay. Interesting. Animate your NPC. Let's turn this NPC into an archer. Oh, he's not going to be a cool guy anymore, he's going to be an archer. In the inspector, find the animator component, which is this one. Select the archer override. Okay. Oh, that's different, isn't it? We should give them a name. Let's give them. If it was still a guy, I would have named him Archie, being an archer. But what's the female version of Archie? Let's call her. Let's call her Liana. I'm just gonna like Google this error just to be curious. People run into this. And I don't see the camera variable thing it's talking about. I don't know. Okay, let's do our conversation. So this is going to be our rival, and they're going to challenge us to a battle. Okay, conversation script items. Oh, it says he already says hello. Let's check that out. The first step to creating an NPC interaction is adding their dialogue. The hierarchy selects the NPC game object, Liana. In the inspector, find the conversation script component, which is in this one here. Select the default conversation script item, A1, and click the minus button to clear it. Okay, this is how you edit lists, I guess. Click the plus button. That's a new conversation script. Maybe this is the one that it's complaining about. The ID field, assign 1.0. Is that just for this sprite, or is it for everybody? They're unique to a particular conversation, so we could use one in a different one. Okay, great. Add the text. VLOOKUP sucks. Click create to add the dialogue. Okay. When the player approaches the NPC, this dialogue should appear, but it doesn't. I think this is what's blocking it from appearing. So I think it is my UI dialogue controller, potentially, that is causing the issue. Is the camera component not here? Okay, so if I change that to main camera, maybe this will now work. Oh, hang on, it just unset itself. Dialog controller goes to main camera. Okay, let's try this now. I mean, it doesn't say to do this in the tutorial, but it sounds right. Okay, well, the error is not occurring anymore. But oh no, I'm not stuck. But the conversation is still not appearing. Finally. Don't know. Can we like clear these errors out? Possibly. Sprite UI element 52. Let's see what the code is doing. So Unity is in C#. And that means I can work with it in Visual Studio. So there is an error happening here somewhere on line 52, which is here. Camera.get component pixel perfect camera. So this should be something that is a pixel perfect camera unit on it that I can use. I mean, see, I'll search for pixel. No, search for camera, main camera. This should have does have a pixel. So this does have a pixel perfect camera on it. So definitely this is intended to be main camera. So I think this component here is null. And that's what's causing the issue. Okay, let's give that a go. So let's go to UI dialog controller. Actually, they all have Sprite UI element here. So presumably they're all trying to load that in. Right, let's just set them all to main camera for now. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try like that. Hello, friend. No, it doesn't work. Let's just check that we have actually added the NPC's dialogue. So Liana's dialogue, VLOOKUP sucks. Yeah, that is definitely there. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's just save this, and then let's go to the demo project, and demo scene, sorry, which will be this one. And let's just have a look at how this does it. So main camera and a separate UI camera. So perhaps there's a separate UI camera I've accidentally deleted, and that would explain what's going on. So I'm going to copy that UI camera over. I'll just add that in. And then I will go back to my UI and I will get rid of these. So this was set to none. Hopefully it will be set to the UI camera. This was set to none. So let's try that out. Okay, so that is it actually a corner. So I think I have actually deleted that by accident. Let's actually go to the blank scene. Yeah, it is in the blank scene, and let's just copy these over. So I'm just going to screenshot this, and then I'll copy all of this stuff over. Cool, excellent, bliss. So UI camera, 0, -10, 0, 111, base, orthography, the wrong size. So it's not the right size. It should be 2.56. What about in here, maybe? Let's go back to the blank scene. Do I need to assign maybe these to the UI camera? Let's try that. It didn't have that on the actual one, but maybe it will here. Is there no errors on load? Okay, there we go, we got it. Let's save our work. Actually, let's change the thumbnail of this video to be that, because that's hilarious. So updates to Excel Opolis scene up to first NPC dialog, which is now working. And I need to be careful not to accidentally delete things, apparently. Apparently that's easily done. Right, I'm going to screenshot that. At least, I don't know the thumbnail midstream, but I'll definitely use it for the next one if I can't. I save this. I don't know why it defaults to like OneDrive. How can I now just change the stream? There we go. Change. Screenshot. That might be a bit hard to see. I will just zoom in. I'll take a closer version of this. Sorry to anyone watching this in the future. Okay, let's try that. I will just check how that looks on my phone as well. Okay, that looks good, yeah. Okay, excellent. We have our first piece of dialogue. Add to the player's dialogue choices. I am just going to take a pause here and get some water because it's been 2 hours. So I'll be back. I'll be back in a moment. I've returned. Okay, so it's now talking about branching conversations. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to read that yet. I'm first just going to look at how this works. So I'm going to look at the Arna here, and I'm going to open up the conversation script. And actually, I'm going to open up the NPC controller script as well. Somehow I'm going to open that up. Edit script. And I'll do the same for the NPC controller script. I just want to get a sense of what's going on here. So here's Visual Studio. Okay, so here's the NPC controller conversation scripts. On enable, we get any quests that are in our children. So I think that just means like any of the components, get a list of quests. On collision enter, we get conversation. So it's actually the collision that's driving whether a conversation can happen. Complete quest. So it's set up to only have one active quest at a time. And quests have required items on them. I don't like this casing at all. Is this Solution Explorer? I guess this isn't opened as a solution. Okay. Okay, so only in here is the idea of quests and conversations. So we are going to have to edit this a bit. And then the conversation script, I think this is the one that like gives it the every frame check something, for example, and stuff like that. So that's what that is. And then where are the conversations? I guess these are the conversations. And this is the update step for the conversation based on our responses. So these are the responses, these options. And then you like map the ID on the responses to like what the player choices were. Okay, so yeah, it's very simple. So we're going to have to add something in here as well, which is like start the Excel battle probably. Cool, so back here. Right, let's follow this instruction. So let's have the player can either agree or disagree with the statement VLOOKUP stocks. So let's add an ID 1.1, and this one is going to be which one is this? So this is if let's say if the player agrees that VLOOKUP sucks. And so just say XLOOKUP is much better. I should have named this PC Elliot. So much better. Okay. And then let's have 1.2, which is going to be you absolute heretic. You, what's like an Excel version of this? You absolute Sheets user. Okay. The text box to the right. Oh no, hang on. It says open this one up and then add these branches. So 1.1, we're going to have, I don't know why this is giving me this right here. And this is going to be here it does. And then we're going to have 1.2, and it's going to be what? Oh, no. Okay, and because I gave them the corresponding. Actually, I'll probably start the guy in house. VLOOKUP sucks. Yeah, it does. XLOOKUP is so much better. VLOOKUP sucks. What? No, you absolute Sheets user. Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right. Let me just bring the house roof back in as well before I forget to do that. And then how can I move the character to start in here? Let's try that. Oh. I need to be on the player. So what was the player's location? 5.52 minus 117. So where is he? There he is. minus 1.17. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if the dialogue one, sorry, the UI one also needs moving or not. Oh, okay. Maybe I could just bring the player like up one. Yeah, that door frame as well. Yeah, it does. Thanks so much. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's just tidy up these doorways. So we got house, we got open door. No, ordinary is -1. So let's set the player to be ordinary of -2. Yeah. Oh shit, so far forward. Let's try that. Okay, maybe instead of -2, let's setting the player to be 1. Okay, that looks nice at least. That doesn't. That does. So there, that's in front of him. There is not in front of him. Okay, I guess we can't have the best of both worlds on that. With how it's set up. What about these bushes now? Okay, we are in front of these bushes. That's good. VLOOKUP sucks. Okay. Can I just like so what I'm thinking is with this brown conversation thing, can I just like without a player input sequence the next one? Don't think I can. Okay, let's just carry on. Okay, we've done the add to the dialogue. We know how to add dialogue now. Create a quest. Add a quest to your NPC. So sorry, I'm just reading. I realise it's not very entertaining. I might share this. I guess we'll just have a look. Add a quest to your NPC. First, let's add the quest in the hierarchy. add this quest script thing. Create empty game object into quest. Add this thing. Add a title and description. Okay, and then you can hook that up to the conversation. Okay, so this is built for like item retrieval, it sounds like. And I've got to decide whether I want to use this this item system to store the different functions that you're going to unlock. I don't think I want to. So I actually don't think I want to use this quest system. So here it's giving you a chicken for doing that. Okay, let's just hit continue to next. Add a story item. The new story item will zoom in on the story item. Oh, where you create inventory requirements to access the story item. Okay. Here's a I don't like the look of that. I don't really like it. Link story items. No, okay, I think we're skipping that. Share your game. So that's how to build it. You know, more tutorials. Okay. So I think we're there. And actually I stopped sharing that, didn't I? Sorry. I hope I read it to make sense. Okay, so I think I'm kind of on my own now for development. Let's just do some of the general design. So let's go to the tile map thing background and tile palette, and let's just, you know, add. Firstly, let's just add some of this stuff around here, just so that I can check that like we've caught everything that is accessible and on camera. So let's go have a look at that in the game. Oh, it actually looks okay. Okay, let's add some like flowers. Add leaves. What does that mean? Oh, just leaves like that. Okay. Leaves collection. Okay, can I save this? Copy, paste, paste, move. Can I not put them in there? Okay, there we go. Gonna add some flowers here. What is this? There's a bush 3. Let's add some bush 3 there. really annoying how they're all defaulting to the wrong places. Like, presumably I just don't know how to do it properly. Right? Can I, like, duplicate with... Yeah, Control D does duplicate. Okay. More trees over here. Here as well. Okay, I probably just want to put some that path thing here. This is the midground, is it? Yeah, that looks okay. Does it look okay? I could prefer it without it, to be honest. What about this? Can we do something like this? Be here. And then let's do. Let's do this. Okay. A bit of explore. Add some more NPCs. Okay, I'll add another couple of crates there probably as well. And then we're going to have some sort of like story progression that unlocks this once you've won a battle, but we don't have to do that anytime soon. Let's just set up one Excel battle in here, and then what you do is you kind of go and talk to Professor Oak, basically, Andrew G, you could say. And then your rival, you can go battle over here. But let's add some like flavor NPCs first. Okay, this is the first town. I don't like those clips, they just look terrible. Sorry. Oh, damn. Create 0, duplicate, just move them to be next to each other, probably. And then maybe one there, maybe one there. Okay, so that's all the decorating. Commit that as well, so we don't lose any network. Added 34,653 lines. Sorry, 659 lines. Just starting scene. Just Excelopolis. Excelopolis scene. For with more decoration. our NPC collection. There it is. Let's close these ones. NPC collection just got Liana at the moment. Called Hilliard. You actually can't see it, but I'm just looking through the different characters. I think there is only the first guy. Oh no, there's also a village. There's a couple of villagers to choose from as well. Let's get Liana and duplicate her, and then let's move her over here. Let's have a villager that comes over here. This isn't going to use the archer override, it's going to use villager. Villager 1. The sprite renderer animation we'll use is the villager animation. Oh, okay, this is it. I think this is just for like the overworld. Let's use villager 2. Actually, we can just make Liana be the archer. Yeah. Who can this be? It's an old lady. He said, what does Harry Watson say? He says, I love writing hard cases like Census in the original Whodunit. And then we say, you're so mean. I kind of like it. And then if we say you're so mean, then he says, then he says, then I must try harder. Okay. Okay, I like that one. I like that branch. I must try harder. Can I like flip this animation somehow? Okay. Okay, that's Harry Watson. Sorry, Harry Watson. Okay. Who's next? This is my next victim. Sorry, this is so fun. Right, who have we got? So we're going to have Andrew G as the professor, and the FEC team we're going to be in the lab, so let's not do them yet. This is, this is actually turning out to be less work than I thought, right? Because I have the communication channel. Okay, I haven't like actually used it here and hooked up to the conversations, but it can't be that hard. And then all I need to do is like get a load of cases into the Excel thing and add a load of NPCs here that help you unlock functions and just like build like I'm not creating like an actual like big game here, right, with different tile sets and stuff. Like I could just use these ones. I think it'd be quite funny to have a specific person for the protagonist. But I I don't really like everyone asking permission for everyone to use their likeness for the game. I think they like wouldn't mind if I just use the NPC. I don't really want to use their likeness without asking, and I don't want to ask people. Let's have well, you got to have Harry Siders if we have Harry Watson, don't we? Let's have Harry Siders as another old lady, and then let's move Harry Siders somewhere else. Over here, maybe. And then it's going to have Villager 02 again. Let's try Villager 02 Idle 5. I don't really know how that's different in any way. It might just be like the next step of the animation, to be honest. Harry Siders. What does Harry Siders say? It says, people used to think I was friendly when I made their Battle Royale their island. It's like a person. Options is the option says I still think you are. The other option is I never thought that at all. Those are tough. I think I can actually flip this person by doing a -1 here. Yeah. Okay. People used to think I was nice and friendly when I made Battle Royale and Bear Island. I never thought that at all. Those were tough. It's all part of the learning process. It's part of the learning process. Don't speak too soon. Not on the horizon. Okay. Okay, let's add Giles in. This can be warrior. And what does Giles say? My humility knows no bounds. I need it as my fur coat. Has it. Well, at least I can show off my muscles. At least I can show off my muscles. Yeah, right, and we need to move Giles somewhere. Let's go down here. Okay. Dashby thieved it, the little minx. Oh dear. This is very entertaining. Right. Sorry, guys. What else? Who else can I add? You know what? I'm just going to open the WhatsApp chat and just like add people that I see. Sorry. So sorry. Okay, I've got Benny here. I'm going to add Benny. Right, duplicate Giles here. Benny. Well, okay, what does Benny say? Oh, the other things I do need to do is I need to add like an inventory so you can check what functions you actually unlocked, and some idea of saving. And then obviously there's all the stuff of making sure this works when it gets published, which, given how difficult it was to get the pipeline working in debug mode, and the fact it didn't work in debug mode at first but did work in publish mode, means I've probably got to solve the inverse problem in a way. It might be quite complicated actually. My humility knows no bounds, neither does my fur coat. I founded FMWC Dark, and I'm a champion. I will purloin Lana Banana. All right, so what do we say when it says FMWC UK is going to say, watch out? Oh. Say, just for that, we'll make sure we kick its ass in revision again. And also, let's change him to be that like wizard character. I think it's Villager 1. Let's check out Villager 1. Oh. Events, core event heap queue. Okay. Gameplay. Okay, yeah. So this code. File editors, that's interesting that they are not in the package, but they are like actually here as files. It's not expected. I would have thought they would be. Do we have? I don't really have a good folder for this. I think this is just for like that custom menu for adding trees and stuff goes in here probably. Okay, let's add a new folder then. And call it distance. Let's say save manager. Call it. It's going to be a public static class. And it is going to have. I'm just going to copy this stuff. Okay. And then for path, I'm just going to go path. Dot. It's not suggesting anything. Some IntelliSense will work on this. Let's give it a try. Dot. No, it does work. Maybe we just go path dot combine. Does that not work? Probably not. Okay. And what is CFG file? You know what? I am just going to get a robot to write this because this is bread and butter. We do this all the time. It's really boring. There you go. Oh, so I am just posting to the robot. Here is some code. Here is some code. I want to make this into a saving mechanism for a Unity game where some data is just saved as a as a JSON. how can I adjust this? The save data class should have a bool and a list of strings. Okay, so let's add the save data class. Save data. So to be serializable, which I think just means it will interact nicely in the Visual Studio window, sorry, in the Unity window. Public bool received starter. Get set public list of string. Unlocked functions. Get set. And then here's my Save Manager class. What is this? What should I say I wanted to save it as? Public static bool save game. Save game's going to take in some save data. Let's load game. And will this save it? Okay, so that's good. So this is provided by Unity, and it includes the name of this project basically. So yeah, that's good. And then this should be save data. And then I want to be able to say, to just save, just like add a function to the saved stuff, right? So public static, but actually I'm just going to make this a void, right? I don't really care about returning true or false. Into an error. If the file doesn't exist, then create it. Change the file exists to instead create the file doesn't exist and the directory. Actually, this one should definitely return a bool because what if you try to load the game, but the file is not there because you haven't played it before? So I do actually want to keep track of that. Okay, load game. No, sorry, yeah, it is the load game that has to return false if there's an error. Oh, no, hang on. I copied the save game over load game. That's what's happened. Okay, So if I just want to like add so yeah, when we try to load the game, we do this. So if the directory doesn't exist, we will create it, and then we will do this on a new save data. No, actually, just on null should probably be fine. Need to remember this data is nullable though. So actually, when we create this, we will do save data starting save data equals new save data, and that does include receive starter equals false, and unlocked functions is the new list of string because we haven't unlocked any yet. Okay, can I do that there as well? Oops. Yeah. Can do that. And then what we can do is we can say void save function and this will be LV equals load game. So bool loaded equals load game out save data, and then actually we don't really care about this. And save data, if save data dot contains, sorry, dot function, unlocked functions dot contains, and actually this I have to take in exactly what function to save from the function name. So if save data dot unlocked functions contains the function name already, just return. Actually, I'm just going to rename this to load game data because this does not actually load the game. Save unlocked function. Save data dot unlocked functions dot contains function name. And then return. And otherwise, we want to save data dot add dot functions, unlocked functions dot add function name. And then we want to save data, sorry, save game, of the save data. Cool, okay, so that's how we're going to save an unlocked function. And we'll also do options to load the game data and save it. And actually, you will never need to save it manually. It will always go via this or something similar. Yeah, always go back to something similar. And then what are we doing? We are, then what are we doing? Right, then what are we doing? Then what are we doing? We are we're hooking this up to the character language things. Let's go back to Unity. Where are you, Unity? So it's not giving me the option to share it while this progress bar is here. Just take a minute. So go back to Unity and we'll go to Andrew. And specifically we're going to his conversation script. And then we're going to make that interact with the save thing somehow. So let's edit script. Cool. See structs that have strings as children, because these are stored. The advantage of using a struct is that it's stored on the stack, whereas these are stored on the heap. So that's unusual. So we can have unlocked function there, and then basically we're gonna come here and we're gonna see what happens in here when we're talking to Andrew, and then we're gonna interact with our persistence save data thing to save the new function. And then we'll be able to find it because we're storing it on our local disk, so we'll be able to check that it worked. Cool. So I'm gonna play. Again, I can't share it until this progress bar moves. So I'm playing that game. And then hopefully I can just click attach to Unity. Attach Unity. This game is playing and active. Okay. Then I'm just going to play the game window and talk to Andrew G. That's right, I haven't. No, it's not doing it. If I go to the okay, let's just walk into them again. There we go. Okay, so ev.conversation is that there's our conversation pieces. It's on 2.1. It's on 2.1. Okay. Okay, I don't really want to step through all of this, to be honest. I think these are getting called every single frame. Yeah. That's right, then. Execute, this looks right, doesn't it? So let's put this here. That's right, I haven't. Execute gets called again. Okay. And then I'm going to choose VLOOKUP. Okay, so now I have CI. And CI.unlocked function is accessible, so I'm going to go save data dot, oh, what's the other one? Save manager dot save unlocked function, and it's going to be, so this is, we're going to do this, save unlocked function, and the unlocked function will be ci.unlocked function. So hopefully I can just go with string unlocked function and just call that. Cool. So I'm actually not going to attach that. I'm going to restart the game. I think it did what's called a hot reload, which is that it recompiled the code and then continued from where I was, which is quite clever. I'm used to that happening, but it's pretty cool. Ooh, object reference not sent to instance of object. Let's try that again. Yeah, the error is happening earlier. It's not attached to Unity. Okay. So where is it throwing an error? It's in here. Load game data. Not file, so the file does exist. So here's our data. Save data. Unlocking. So when we're loading in the data, basically not finding anything. Like it's entirely null. So I think when it's like saving, when it's producing the save data thing, like when it reads it from here. So this one functions list isn't saved, it just doesn't save anything because it's null. And what we need to do, one thing we can do is just data dot unlocked function equals new like that, and then that way, if that is null, it will get loaded in as a list. Let's try it out. Getting an error on YouTube that says more than one ingestion is using the primary L. Send one string to the primary ingestion L, one string to the backup L. To this object here, because I want whatever one corresponds to this. So get rid of that, get rid of that. Conversation piece, original conversation piece. So it is on there. So somewhere in here is an option to like add one of these. Conversation piece drawer. So I debug the code. So let's, when we, so I'm just walking up back to Andrew now. Just going to say, I'm the founder of FMWC. I haven't unlocked anything yet. Index. There you go, you've now unlocked Index. And actually, unhelpfully, I've not attached this to Unity. But helpfully,